Hey guys, Alex from 7th Hour Films back again with Star Wars The Bad Batch. Last time around, we had Entombed, which was a pretty standard Indiana Jones-esque adventure where they found a giant divine beast from Breath of the Wild. We had Tribe, where the Batch was helping that one Wookiee Jedi from the Clone Wars and helped him get back to Kashyyyk. We had the Clone Conspiracy, where Senator Chuchi, I think that was her name, was uncovering the conspiracy of Rampart's involvement in Camino. And then we had Truth and Consequences, which was basically continuing up on that, having the Bad Batch infiltrate Rampart's ship, find the logs, and expose him as the one who destroyed Camino. Upon which the Emperor said, yes, he did do that, but the clones followed those orders, and now we need to get rid of them. So, yeah. That was pretty much where we left off last time. Good episodes all around, but those last two, 7 and 8, those were really friggin' good. So, I'm curious to see. We're halfway through the season now, and I know the uploading schedule of this has been really, really sporadic, and at this point, I probably should have just gone through the season normally, but here we are. So, yeah. Oh well, it's too late now. Too late to turn back now, so we're just gonna keep going the way we're going, and I don't know. It doesn't matter anyway. So, why don't we just go ahead? We got another 4 episodes here. Why don't we go ahead and jump right into this episode, episode 9 of The Bad Batch. Here we go.
According to Sid's coordinates, this is the mine she purchased.
And we're supposed to do what?
Excavate the site for Ippsium. It is tremendously valuable when refined.
She just
However,
bought a mine?
in its raw state, the mineral is highly combustible, like a primed thermal detonator.
Why did she send you out here?
I like it.
Oh yeah, and we don't have Echo anymore, I forgot.
The storm's moving away from us. We should be fine. Tech, we'll mine the Ippsium. Rekka, Omega, you're on lookout.
That is a good idea.
Without Echo, we are a man down. We need Rekka to assist with operations inside the mine.
You 3 go. I'll be the lookout.
Not alone. Sid warned us about poachers in the area. Keep your eyes peeled and call us if you see anyone.
I mean, I feel like it'd be better to leave Wrecker outside. Oh god, there's already poachers!
There.
It's like finding diamonds in
The Ippsium is going to
Minecraft.
be difficult to reach.
They're hard to find, but once you find one vein, you got it.
Do it. Be very careful.
I know.
Well, someone's being testy. Oh no, this poacher has a Vespa.
What is it, Hunter?
That sounds like a ship.
Yeah. Dang it! How is it that easy to get into the ship?
Tell me, Rekka.
Do you
How
bleed?
exactly did you miss our ship being compromised?
Maybe if you hadn't docked
To be fair, it's on the other side of the ridge.
Approaching. What's that? Run.
Oh no! It's the Lion King! Oh! I mean... Okay. I was gonna say, he does at least have armor.
I'm back.
I would advise not dropping it next time.
What are you carrying?
Fine.
Okay. Well, hey, it's not gonna be hot anymore.
Certainly.
Oh! Well, this is a strong storm.
We need to find shelter.
And it doesn't help that you guys are
There is another
metal. There's a lot of metal in that armor, so, you know. Not gonna be good. Whoop. And now they're trapped.
So, now we are trapped.
Nuh.
And we have lost all of our Ippsium.
And you know what else? We're in the middle of nowhere!
We can always acquire another ship. It is merely a mode of transportation.
The Marauder's our home. We already lost Echo. We can't lose that too.
Omega, we didn't lose Echo. He's just on a different mission.
But he's not here. He's not with us. We're supposed to be a squad.
This squad existed before Echo was a part of it, and it will exist after. What is your issue?
Ooh. This is the other side of tech. Where it's like, yeah, you're not...
I merely stated the truth.
She already knows the truth. That's why she's upset.
Tech and all that brilliance, you can't learn to read a room. Whoa. That's a lot of Ippsium.
That's not the only mistake you need to fix.
Yeah, go check on the kid.
But she said she wanted to be alone.
Look, she's clearly having a hard time adjusting to Echo leaving. Talk to her.
Very well.
Like a person.
Perhaps you should extract as much Ippsium as you can.
You trust me to do that?
I am fully aware you are capable of the task.
I mean, yeah, he trusts you to do that. He doesn't trust Wrecker. Now, don't go for the... You don't need the last one. Oh, God. Nope. Oh, that's a problem. Oh, God, he jumped too. Oh, good, water. Does she know how to swim? Oh, God. God, I hope this leads somewhere. Oh, good. It leads somewhere with light. I was literally about to comment about how dark this episode is. It's okay. That's a lot of Ippsium.
Except we still don't have the Marauder, or a way off this planet, and we can't contact Echo for help.
We do not need help. We will figure out a solution, as we always do.
It's not like Echo does much.
Everything is changing, and you don't even care.
I am not sure how I should care about change. It is a fundamental part of life.
Echo left. Why doesn't that bother you?
Nothing bothers him, except Crosshair, but nothing bothers him.
Echo chose a different path, as did Crosshair. I have to respect their decision. Even though it can be difficult to understand, we must carry on. I may process moments and thoughts differently, but it does not mean that I feel any less than you.
Well, they made it. I love that they didn't show any of that. You just cut to them screaming. Well, Hunter. Or, I mean, Wrecker. Damn it.
I'm tied up at the moment. You'll have to figure it out yourselves.
Sid, you sent us on this mission.
Well, I didn't tell you to get your ship stolen, did I?
No.
Sid, we need your help.
Just like we helped you regain control of your parlor from Roland Durand. And
Oh, yeah,
cleared your
Roland.
sizable debt with
I
Malegi.
didn't ask for a recap goggles.
What do we do now?
We'll figure it out. Like we always do.
Yeah. At least you have a shelter this time. Oh, I guess that's just it. Okay, then. Sure. Kind of a weird place to end it, but I don't know. I guess they just... in a few days, they got picked up, I guess, so... Alrighty. You know, that one is interesting because... I mean, I guess kind of the last two videos we've done over the first half of the season... I kept saying how much I like the sort of detachment that Tech has. You know, he's very much, you know, business, technical, to the point kind of stuff. You know, he doesn't really, you know, wax poetic about anything. But yeah, obviously that can come back to bite you when you're dealing with a teenage girl, basically. You know. Or just someone emotional, you know, of which Omega was. Which, and hell, let's face the facts, that also didn't help with Wrecker. But, yeah, it's an interesting thing. It's definitely an interesting thing to watch him basically try to explain it, you know? But I did like that. I thought that was really, really interesting. So, yeah, I guess that's pretty much... That's already that. I have no idea if we're going to continue this in the next episode, but I always have to click back over to season 2. I don't know why. But hey, we might as well jump right into episode 10. Let's get going. Man, it sucks that they lost the Marauder, though. Retrieval. That could be the title of any Bad Batch episode. Hey, they're still on the planet.
We forgot about Gonki. He's still on the Marauder.
I'm afraid since the thief disabled the ship's transponder, we will not be able to locate him.
Not the ship. I mean, we can track Gonki.
Oh, ingenious idea.
Nuh.
Try doing a trace on his binary reference code.
Oh, good. I kind of just thought the Marauder would be lost. Is this a kid? Like...
Shut it already. Getting annoying.
They clearly don't know how to fly.
Mako, it's Benny.
You're late, kid.
The
Benny.
scouting run took longer than expected, but I found something you're gonna like. Lower the shield.
I already hate this guy.
Mako always takes care of his crew.
Yeah, it looks
Strip the
like
ship
it.
of anything useful.
What am I gonna do with a defective power droid?
That's our defective power droid.
Punch him.
Now where's our ship?
Oh, see, the thing is...
Oh, damn.
Oi, Gonki. You okay?
What do you care how that thing's doing? It's just a beat-up old battery.
Not to us.
He's our beat-up old
Let's
battery.
try that again. Where's our ship?
Can you be more specific?
The one you stole
Yes,
yesterday?
we can. Wrecker, kick him.
Right, that ship?
So you're an Ippsium miner and a ship thief.
Mako says they're useful skills.
Stealing's not a skill.
It is when you're good at it.
The central portal is ray shielded, and all subterranean entrances
we don't have
appear
Echo
be
anymore to
guarded
deal
in
with that.
shifts.
Use your knife. 2, 1. Woo! Oh my god. This fuck. Jesus, this guy basically has like a mukbang every day. What an asshole.
And so far, this round's top earner is... Drake!
Fucking, that guy does look like a Drake. Jesus Christ. Oh, Omega's gonna try to free them, I bet.
Why don't you leave?
You're wrong. Mako's kept us in business.
I
He said
mean...
with more time and more digging, we're bound to reach better Ippsium soon. Besides, I can't leave. This is my home. It's what I know.
I get it.
So you think you can come here and steal from me?
Technically, this ship belongs to us.
Not anymore. And I'd rethink the blasters. One stray shot, and we're all done for.
Then we won't miss. Yeah, hello.
I believe you.
The Ippsium's not degrading! You've been cutting us out and keeping the profits for yourself!
That's a lie. Don't listen to him.
You never cared about us at all. And I have the proof right here.
Let me see that.
Oh yeah, get Drake on your side.
What's going on, Mako? We toil down in the mines while you enjoy the spoils?
You toil, he spoils.
Throw her over.
Nope. Whoop. Ooh, gotcha. That was a good catch.
I'll deal with you myself.
Rip him apart. Wow. Well, that was easy.
Good to have you back.
Yay, Gonky.
Here's your stuff.
All of it?
All of it?
Don't you trust me?
No.
Okay, that's fair.
You don't have to stay here.
It's not so bad. And with Mako gone, we'll all be getting an equal share of the profits now.
Yay.
Ready! Chow time!
Turns out Drake was a really good
Showing me the
guy.
truth. Hey, if you ever need a thief, I owe you.
I kind of hope not. Alrighty. I'm gonna let this play till the cast, because I want to see who voices Benny. Yuri Lowenthal. I've heard that name before. I've definitely heard that name before, but I can't, like, think of it. I'll look. You know... It was a fine episode. I don't know, man. I can't really... I don't know if I'm going to have too much to say about that episode. Oh, okay. Okay. I immediately see some names. Yuri Lowenthal. He plays Ben Tennyson in Ben 10. He also played Susaku Kururugi in Code Geass. That's pretty good. Yee. He's played Spider-Man in some of the recent Spider-Man games. It's like I know I've heard that name like 1,000 times. Oh god, he has his own page on Wikipedia just for his filmography. Oh, okay. So yeah, I guess that makes sense. He plays the from Ben 10 Alien Force onward, he plays Ben. So that makes sense. Okay, yeah. So it's like I know I've heard that name before. So, all right. That was like as basic a Bad Batch episode as you could get, man. Like I don't know what else to say about that one. Is like they lost their ship, they got their ship back. I like that, you know, like the biggest, like one of the biggest like setbacks, I guess, was Omega being, you know, captured towards the end. But I like that this is just like, it's completely beyond their skill level. Or I mean, like, their skill level is beyond this, you know? It's like, oh, their ship has been taken by this guy who, you know, is like fat and walks with a cane and treats people wrong. And it's like, oh, okay. That's not a threat to the Bad Batch. Like, almost at all. Like, again, the one thing was like, oh, you know, his droids captured Omega. That's it. That's all it was. That's the only, like, setback they had. Other than that, yeah, they kind of powered through that, and yeah, I don't know what else to say. It's just, I mean, this is very, it could also be that, for a while in our Doctor Who reactions, we had a joke that almost every episode, the companion Leela would start a revolution. So now I'm just like, oh, the Bad Batch is gonna, you know, free these people from Mako, and it's like, and then they did. That's it. All right, like literally, there's nothing else to talk about with this episode. So, so I have to click back over to season 2. Yeah. Click back over to season 2, and then I'm going to just take a quick breather. I'm going to go to the bathroom, and then we're going to start up on episode 11. So, here we go. One sec. Oh, God. Oh, God. Alright, this is a problem. Oh, hey, this place again.
It's been a long time, Mistress Say.
Indeed. Dr. Hemlock.
Hemlock?
Oh, it pains me to see you like this. Why does someone so talented prefer to rot in a cell instead of using their gifts to better the galaxy?
This dude's voice, though.
I am not especially motivated.
It'll now serve a higher purpose. The Emperor's purpose.
Oh!
Don't you wish to be a part of such a scientific achievement?
Dave Filoni's been playing the long game.
Palpatine seeks to accomplish, and he will not have my cooperation.
Dave Filoni's trying to make Star Wars 9
Perhaps
work.
You require the right incentive. Were there any other Kaminoans taken off world prior to the destruction of Taboka City?
Their Prime Minister. He remains in Imperial custody on Coruscant.
Have him brought here. I wish to speak to him personally.
What if this is a follow-up to the Zillo Beast episodes in the Clone Wars? They never did come back to that.
Don't come back unless you scavenge something valuable.
What makes you think we'd come back at all?
Don't test me, Bandana. Just get it done.
Severing ties with Sid could be problematic,
Nah.
considering what she knows about us.
True.
Perhaps we choose a diplomatic solution and complete this one last mission for her.
Sid only sent coordinates. No ship transponder code or indication of what caused it to crash.
Limited intel. Huh. There's a surprise.
How hard could scavenging cargo be?
I mean, did we not already do that at the beginning of the season and it failed?
Something unfortunate happened here.
Whatever did this
wasn't human.
Yeah.
I will get the power restored and check data logs on the bridge.
By yourself?
Your concern is not warranted. I will be fine.
Thanks, Tech. Ugh. Oh. Uh-oh. Oh! Oh, God. Oh, yeah, shoot into the mouth.
Is it a little Zillow baby?
Feeds on electricity. Oh, God. Not the time. Oh, God, there are two of them. Oh, no, there's just one. Oh! Well, good shot. Not quite good enough. Well, now it's out in the world, but there's a village here.
These appear to be designs using the creature's genetic material for modified armor plating. That must be why it was unaffected by our blaster fire.
It's the
How
Zillow
do we
Beast.
stop it?
Uncertain.
Hunter, the creature is the same species that attacked Coruscant during the war.
It is it's the Zillow Beast. Yay!
Exponentially in size.
I love the Zillow Beast episodes. They're so stupid.
Too late.
Oh man, how long has it been? They're finally following up on whatever Palpatine was doing with this thing. Oh God, the Empire's here.
Where'd they come from? Hold on.
What free?
Tech, Omega, you've got Imperials inbound. Get out of there.
I mean, I guess they don't want to kill the Beast.
Go!
Not yet.
Oh, these poor villagers. Okay, destroy the power plant. It won't get any bigger now. Nope. Nope. They got it. Oh, the claw.
They're not killing it.
They're keeping
Taking
it.
Let's not be next.
Let's get the hell out of here. Man, what are you gonna tell Sid?
The directive came straight from the Supreme Chancellor before he became Emperor.
What's he want with it?
The creature's genetic material has the potential to be weaponized in the hands of the right scientist.
Meh.
Where were they taking the creature?
Unknown. The ship did not have a destination logged. Hunter, there's far more to this than we realized.
Yeah.
From what I have gathered, I suspect the Empire did not destroy the cities on Camino to end cloning. They merely wanted to control it.
Well.
Send the data to Echo and Rex. See what they can find out.
That's a good idea.
There is a particular clone you must locate. A young girl.
Oh,
She is
Omega.
the key to controlling Nala Se.
How very interesting. It seems we have much to discuss.
Meh. Now that was better. That was so much better. Holy crap. Alright, now we're gonna wait around to the cast, because this doctor is driving me insane with his voice. Jimmy Simpson plays Dr. Royce Hemlock. What kind of name? Royce Hemlock. Alright. Because for a second I was like, man, that sounds like Kira. Yoshikage Kira, but I don't think it is, so... Nope. I got nothing. I got absolutely nothing on this guy. So... Okay. But now we have essentially traded Rampart for Dr. Royce Hemlock. That just sounds so weird, but alright. Well, better. Much better. The Zillow Beast! The Zillow Beast is finally back. Finally. Oh my god, how long has it been? And everyone after that, which... Those episodes are some of the dumbest in Clone Wars, but I absolutely love them. They're great episodes. The second one in particular is just so goofy that it's like, oh, it's a Godzilla attack on Coruscant. Like, what? Why would you do that? You know? So to have that, and to have, Palpatine, who's there that whole time, who can't use his powers, or else the Jedi would sense him. The game would be given away. So he has to just rely on the Jedi to stop the Zillow Beast. And then at the end, the fact that they take the dead Zillow Beast, and then Palpatine's like, we should study it and perhaps try to clone it, And everyone was like, what? When did that ever come back? And it didn't. Until now, we finally have brought the Zillow Beast back. Because at first, when it first showed the creature, I was like, oh my god, if this is the Zillow Beast, that's going to be amazing. But I kind of waited. I was like, I don't know, maybe it is, maybe it isn't, but sure enough, it's the Zillow Beast. Oh, that's so amazing. That's so amazing. And yes, definitely send this intel to Echo and Rex. Oh my gosh. That's so good. That's so great, man. Alrighty, we got one more episode today, so let's go ahead. First, we gotta jump back over to Season 2 and come over here. Let's go ahead and jump into Episode 12, which seems to be the longest one we've had so far. Let's get moving. Hey, Crosshair.
Service and wishes you well on your retirement.
Forced retirement.
Oh, the clones are all retiring.
What are we supposed to do now?
Fantastic. More clones.
Problem, sir.
Yes. I don't like used equipment. Let's go.
Yeah, well, I don't like your fucking face. Man, how can Crosshair stay here? He's getting no respect.
You got the ship.
All these Imperial bitches.
Where is your supervisor?
You must be our reinforcements.
Oh! This guy has a beard.
We expected you 36 rotations ago. Did you get lost?
We work on the Empire's schedule, Trooper, not yours.
It's Commander. We're all that's left.
Your failings will be dealt with later. For now, I am in charge here until the cargo is transported.
I feel safer already.
Look here, clone. You speak to me with respect.
But
in my
we don't have that.
Respect is something to be earned.
Yeah.
Yes,
you have not
the
earned
Empire
that.
Assigned you to this desolate rock, where you let the majority of your squad get killed.
Tell me, Lieutenant.
Do you bleed?
How many missions have you commanded? That's what I thought.
Nuh.
You, know the Lieutenant well?
For about 2 hours.
2 hours too long, I bet.
Nuh.
So, what'd you do to get stuck with this mission?
Just lucky, I guess.
Nuh. Got Crosshair has to socialize.
The name's Mayday.
Hi.
Crosshair.
Welcome to the Outpost.
Thanks.
What's inside those crates?
Yeah, I wonder that myself. Every day.
You don't know.
Apparently it's above a clone trooper's pay grade.
We don't get paid. Exactly. Now Hex. Oof. That was right in his eyes. Oh no, your last two guys.
We don't have the manpower or gear for a mission beyond the perimeter. Especially just to recover a few crates.
It's not up to you to determine what is of value to the Empire.
Then I need all your men for this mission.
And leave this outpost vulnerable to another attack? I think not. This task falls to you two, and you two alone. Recover the cargo. Is that clear?
Yes, Lieutenant.
This fucking bitch. Why is like every Imperial like officer a bitch? There's so many bitches in the Empire.
Not sure what bothers me more. These wearing armor stolen off my men, or that his cohorts just left him here.
No point in carrying dead weight.
Remind me not to die on your watch.
Nuh. Oh no.
Pressure mine.
Great. Now we have to spend 3 minutes on this.
What were you saying about dead weight?
Nuh.
Do you know how to disarm it?
I'm not an explosives expert, but since I don't feel like carrying your body back to the outpost, I guess I'll give it a shot.
Nuh. Wasn't Wrecker the expert?
This mine's a little different than
Ish.
Whoa, don't pick up your foot yet. Wait until I tell you, then lift it. But real slow like. I'll wait around the bend. If I don't hear a boom, then I'll know it worked.
That you're confident in your work.
Oh, I'm confident. I'm just not stupid. 3.
Oof. Nice shot. Oh god, there's so many of them. Ooh. Uh-oh. That's gonna be an avalanche. Or just a cave-in.
Gear. We've been risking our lives to recover equipment we could have been wearing this whole time.
It's not clone trooper gear.
That's stormtrooper gear.
After all the clowns have done, all we've sacrificed, we're good soldiers. We followed orders.
Meh.
And for what?
I don't want... you say that, I don't want Crosshair to kill him. Oh, there's the avalanche. Ooh. Ooh. Ugh, that's gotta be so cold.
Mayday. Mayday, wake up.
Oh?
Come on. We have to move.
He's still alive. He's gonna carry him back. I mean, dude, what happened to Crosshair's helmet? Jeez, man. Now Crosshair's gonna get a vision of Obi-Wan. Man, I can't believe he's doing all this and he doesn't have his friggin' helmet.
About time you two returned.
He needs a medic.
I see you didn't retrieve the crates, which means you failed your mission.
Oh my god, this fucking bitch.
Help him.
Certainly not. That would be a waste of the Empire's resources.
Oh my god, Crosshair, kill him.
He'll die.
He's already dead.
You could have saved him.
Perhaps you didn't hear me.
It is nuts.
Is expendable. As are you. And if you speak to me again with such disrespect...
Oh my god, this absolute bitch.
I'll meet a similar fate, clone.
Oh. Oh. Damn. Oh. Those vultures, though. Vultures preying on the clones.
Hello, CT-9904.
Oh. It's back here.
Who are you?
Remain calm. Cooperate, and you might survive.
Might? No. No Bad Batch theme on that one. Oh, no! Crosshair! He's gotta call his boys. Alrighty, 4 more episodes under the belt. Alright. And I'm just gonna say real quick, this is just a technical thing. I am not going to... what I normally do is between the episodes and the discussion, I move all my footage onto my computer and then start a new recording. I can't be bothered today, so at some point the video is just going to cut out, but my audio is still going to be good because I capture that separately. So at a point, if I just stop moving, but I'm still talking, that's why. So I can't be bothered, basically. So yeah. Alrighty. 4 more episodes of The Bad Batch. We're 3/4 of the way through this season. That was an interesting one there at the end. That was definitely an interesting one. And, it kind of makes me think, like, oh, man, so are we going to get, like, a Crosshair redemption, basically? Like, oh, the Empire, it's not, the glorious purpose that he thought it was, But I don't know. I mean, he could still just be rogue. Like, I don't know if he can go back to the boys, But I'll be curious. I'll be curious where they're going with Crosshair. The other thing, though, is because I did remember, I was like, we didn't have an episode with Crosshair in the last 4 episodes that we watched. So we've had this episode 12, and then we had episode 3, which was the solitary clone. So I would think it's actually kind of interesting if this is sort of the start of a, either a Crosshair redemption arc or a Crosshair leaves the Empire arc. It's not being focused on too heavily. And I guess that's because, the main focus is on the core Bad Batch, It's mainly focused on them and not on... I mean, like, yeah, we'll have Crosshair episodes, but it's mainly focused on them and not Crosshair or even now, like, Echo. Like, for the setup of, Echo is going with Rex, I kind of thought we would have an episode of Echo and Rex, because that's still the Bad Batch, But they didn't end up doing that. But, yeah, I don't know. It's like, can you have... I mean, this is Star Wars. If Darth Vader can be redeemed after all the stuff he did, then surely Crosshair can be redeemed, And I think the boys... I think the Batch would welcome him back, Like, I think they would welcome him back, like, hey, you were led astray. That's not your fault, And yeah, part of it was the inhibitor chip, and the other part was... But the other part was his personal choice. He chose to stay with the Empire, But now, it's basically, he's disillusioned with it, I think. At the very least, he's disillusioned with, certain leaders. Because there was, in the other episode this season with Crosshair, there was that other, bitchy officer, and these guys, like, I don't know where these guys come from, These terrible officers that, like, they're like the Star Wars equivalent of a Karen, Like, these guys would be asking to see the manager at a restaurant, Because they are so terrible. Like, where do these guys come from? How does the Empire recruit, like, the absolute worst? Because you think about, like, other Imperial villains we've had in Star Wars, and, like, like Krennic or... Oh, now what's his name? Peter Cushing. I can't think of... All I can think is Tarlok, and that's like Korra. That's like Legend of Korra. Why can't I think of it? Tarkin, that's it. I had to think of Grand Moff, and then my brain filled in the rest. Tarkin, that's it. But we get, Krennic or Tarkin or Thrawn, Like, we get these who, yes, they're clearly evil, but they're smarter, They're smarter. They're not bitches. And this guy, this lieutenant, this guy was a bitch. This guy was a straight up bitch. And it's just, like, having them go solely for armor. And, like, with how many crates they had, it was like 2 crates, wasn't it? That's like, what, 8 suits of armor? I think you can make more, I don't know. So that was crazy, you know. And I know I'm talking out of order. Normally we would go in order of the episodes in this discussion, but this is just fresh on my brain. But yeah, it's like how, like, where do they find such terrible officers, you know? I mean, I guess it's just cuz I guess you would think that the officers that were in the Republic already would have just transferred over now into the Empire. They would have transitioned along with the transition into the Empire. But for some reason, now we just have this outcropping of bitch officers, basically. Oh, excuse me. But yeah, where did these guys come from, you know? But now I'm just glad it's like after all this, because that's the thing is, you know, especially with, I feel like this almost kind of started with Rampart, because Rampart was kind of bitchy too, you know? Like, Rampart was a little smarter, I will at least say, but when this guy comes in, it's like, we don't need these clones anymore, these ridiculous clones, we need the stormtroopers instead. And it's like, dude, like, go, just F off, like, are you kidding me, you know? Because it's not just that it's like, okay, this show has to really sell us on why stormtroopers are better than clone troopers. The answer is they're not. But they are more loyal, you know? I mean, they won't question as much as, it's not even a matter of like loyalty, like is their loyalty better? It's that the clones will eventually regret Order 66, you know? The clones will eventually regret Order 66, and at that point, they are an army that could go against the Empire. So you understand that at least, you know? You understand that, and honestly, you really just kind of have to wait them out, you know? Because in 10 years-ish, they're going to be too old to fight. So you just need to amass a stormtrooper army now, so that the clones don't think, hey, you know, we're already an army, why don't we rise up against the Empire? You know, they don't think that, and then eventually, if they ever do think of that, they're too old anyway, you know? So yeah, I don't know. But yeah, these Imperial bitches, these Imperial Karens, that's really what they are, you know? They're Imperial Karens, you know? And I mean, I don't know, like, we've had, it's just the difference between an officer like this guy, this lieutenant, and someone like Krennic, because Krennic is such a great character, but he's kind of pathetic. Krennic is kind of pathetic, where, you know, like, he's never really in control, but he wants to be. And someone like Tarkin can come in so easily and take over and stuff, but Krennic, I don't know. I mean, even just the fact that, you know, he went and whined to Darth Vader about everything, you know? But I still enjoyed Krennic, you know? Maybe because, like, I don't know what it is about that. I guess because he was being constantly put down. I mean, he had his own story arc, because he was constantly being put down by Tarkin, you know? And he needed to prove himself. He needed to prove himself to Vader, and he needed to prove himself to the Emperor, you know? And yeah, he kind of, you know, went a little too far sometimes, or he was a little too desperate, but overall, like, I don't know, it was a story, it was a character arc. Whereas, you know, you get somebody like this lieutenant, and this lieutenant, he's just there to be a dick, you know? He's just there to be like, oh, where are your supervising officers? He literally went in to talk to those droids and was like, where's your superior officer? You know? And it's like, he's literally a Karen right now. Ugh. So yeah, I don't know, these Imperial bitches, man, these Imperial Karens. I hate them. I absolutely hate them, and Rampart started it all, you know? Rampart absolutely started it all. But now Rampart's gone. Honestly, I don't even know if they're going to bring Rampart back at any point, you know? I don't know. But yeah. So we had that. we had that, and we had Mayday. Man, I do love episodes where Crosshair just hangs out with another clone, you know? Like, and last time it was Cody, this time it's Mayday, you know? Like, I don't know why, I just kind of like that. But yeah, but that was interesting. And then going out into the freezing cold. And Crosshair lost his helmet, too, you know? Crosshair lost his helmet, unfortunately. But he's about to lose probably more stuff than just his helmet. But yeah. And then there's just that avalanche and everything. And I like that, you know, because they talk about it as like, no use carrying around dead weight. And it's like, remind me not to die on your watch. And yeah, Crosshair could have left him to die, but no, he's not going to do that. Especially after seeing, you know, that they went out there and got injured for just some stormtrooper armor, you know? So yeah. It's just no. So I like that moment of, I guess, empathy that he does actually take Mayday all the way back to the base. But unfortunately, he just dies right there, you know? And then this Imperial Karen, this Imperial bitch, is like, he is expendable, as are you. You know, he was a soldier who served his purpose, but now, fuck him. And I'm so glad, because I was worried. I was like, you know, this might be the start of a Crosshair redemption arc, but I was honestly worried that it's like, no, you know, he's not going to do it or something. But he did. He killed that lieutenant, and I am glad for it. But he was taken, and he was taken back to Titus or whatever. I don't remember what it was called. All I can think is Titus. But yeah, he was taken there, where Dr. Royce Hemlock is. Dr. Rolls-Royce Hemlock. So yeah, I don't know what they're going to do to him. I don't know, but I hope he gets out of there and contacts the batch, you know? I mean, maybe even if he doesn't, you know, rejoin the batch itself, maybe he could join Rex and Echo. That could be kind of interesting, you know? Like, if he's looking for his glorious purpose, the rebellion could be that, you know? Forget the Empire, join the rebellion, you know? It could be. That could be something, a possibility. I guess we gotta talk about the other episodes, too. I can't just, you know, make this discussion solely about episode 12, even though that was really good. I'm gonna work backwards, actually. Let's talk about episode 11 next. So I'm pretty convinced that I've thought this for a while, pretty much since when was that in The Mandalorian? Let me see if I can find it. Yeah, since about the middle of season 2 of The Mandalorian, because they had that whole thing, they had that like recording from Dr. Pershing, where it's like, this is, you know, here are these like cloning experiments that we're doing. And immediately with that, I thought, this is Dave Filoni trying to work on Rise of Skywalker. He's trying to make Rise of Skywalker work in the same way that he made the Clone Wars work. Now, weirdly, I think he really has his work cut out for him on making Rise of Skywalker work, because that film is just a disaster through and through. The prequel movies at least had a good story. It just was not executed well at all. So creating the Clone Wars for that really worked out. The sequel trilogy, that's going to take a lot of work to make those 3 movies work. That trilogy is a disaster. And it has great moments, don't get me wrong. It has great moments, but overall, that trilogy is a disaster, you know? But now we're definitely getting that. We're getting the beginnings of that, you know? From the whole thing of Dr. Pershing and Moff Gideon and the child, down to now, this whole thing with Dr. Hemlock and Nala Se and everything. And it's like, what does the Emperor need with, you know, these cloning scientists, these Kaminoan scientists, you know? Palpatine's already playing the long game. I like that. I like sort of transitioning us into that. I think that's a really good idea, you know? And the first part of that is the friggin' Zillo Beast. Again, I really just love the Zillow Beast, you know? Like, that's just such a... The Zillow Beast was just such a goofy thing, you know? But I love it. I love that they did it. I love that they went all the way, too, and had it... And they had it, like, do a Godzilla attack on Coruscant. Like, that was so amazing. And then, yeah, they brought it back here. So that's really good. And I hope we get more of that with the whole, sending the data to Echo and Rex, you know? So that was really good. But the bigger thing we're getting out of this, I think, well, first off, there's Dr. Hemlock as a villain. His name is so dumb, by the way. It's just the dumbest name ever. But Dr. Hemlock, I'm feeling him more as a replacement villain for Rampart, but he's obviously going to be like doing different things. You know, he's not just taking over where Rampart left off. He has his own story, but he's definitely, I feel like he's taking over as a sort of primary antagonist, you know? And yeah, so he talked to Lama Su and found out that the only way to control Nala Se is with Omega, because she raised Omega, basically. So if you can get Omega, then you can control Nala Se. So that's obviously going to be a problem. So yeah. Again, working our way backwards, we have episode 10 with Benny and Mako and infiltrating. I've got nothing else to say about that episode. It was fine. It was kind of dull, though. I didn't really care about Benny. I didn't really care about Mako. And none of this was really a threat to the Bad Batch anyway. Like, I knew, like, okay, they could just go in, kill Mako, and then leave, and there wouldn't be any problem, you know? And yeah, that pretty much happened, except they didn't kill him. Excuse me. But yeah, so there's really nothing else I can say about that. Yeah. Episode 9, the last yet the first episode. The whole thing with the mine and the Ippsium was interesting. And the main thing being the, I guess, relationship between Omega and Tech was really interesting. And again, just sort of going on everything that I've said in the previous videos, that it's like, you know, I do like Tech. I like how, you know, kind of just calculated, and not even a cold calculation, but he's just calculated. He speaks very plainly. He speaks facts, and yeah, that's just how his brain operates. But the other side of that is he does feel these things. He does definitely feel some of these things, and I think none of that is exemplified more than everything that happened with Crosshair, you know? Because you would think that Tech, being, you know, the very logical, very scientific, calculated, you know, mathematical person that he is, you'd think he would honestly be like, oh yes, well, we got the order to exterminate the Jedi, and now we're going to be serving under the Empire, you know? But he was one of the ones who defected, and Crosshair didn't, you know? And I think that's a really interesting dynamic. It does show that, yes, Tech does care about some of these things, you know? He does care about things. He just doesn't really show it that much. It's very much internal for him, and yeah, that can happen. That can very much happen, and I really enjoy that. So even this whole thing, you know, with Echo leaving, you know, yes, that's, you know, it's distraught. It's, you know, it's horrible for Omega, and Omega wears her emotions on her sleeve because she's a kid, you know? But for Tech, he looks at it and is like, well, yes, it's unfortunate that, you know, Echo left us, but he's doing his thing. We have to trust that he will be okay, and he needs to do this, and, you know, we will see him again. This is a part of life. Change happens, and we have to adapt. You know, he basically is like, I can't, like, yes, it sucks, but I can't just, you know, wallow in it, you know? He has to move on. He just kind of bottles everything up, you know? So I really do enjoy that. And yeah, just that whole thing of like, it's like, oh, we're a family. You know, it's like Fast and the Furious. Like, oh, we're a family. And yeah, he does believe that. He's just... But sometimes his cold, calculating nature does sort of work against him, in which, yeah, he upset Omega doing that. But But yeah, definitely a really good episode for Omega and Tech. So that was really, really good. On top of everything with the Ippsium and such. So yeah. Yeah, really, really, I mean, good episodes all around. Even episode 10, it was fine. It's just whatever, you know. Especially coming off of episode 7 and episode 8, which were really, really friggin' good. Going back to some of the more standard Bad Batch episodes can be a little difficult, you know. Again, overall, I really, really enjoy the Bad Batch. I think it's a really good show. But some episodes are better than others, and some episodes, like episode 10, those are standard Bad Batch episodes, and there really just isn't much to say. But everything with the Zillo Beast returning, which even that, like, if it wasn't the Zillo Beast, it would also be a pretty basic episode. But the fact that it's the Zillo Beast just made me like 10 times happier, you know? So I really enjoyed that. And then, capping it off with this one, the Outpost. That was really, really good, and seems to be setting up a new arc for Crosshair. So yeah. Well, I made a whole point about the camera cutting out. It looks like the camera hasn't cut out, so I guess we should be good. But yeah, sometime in the future, God knows when, I will try to get... I think actually what I'm going to do is... the week after I'm recording this one, so I'm recording this, it's like the top of April right now. It's the beginning of April. I'm going to go ahead and record the next 4 episodes next week, just so I can try to power through all of these. So yeah, my uploading schedule is starting to get a little wacky with some of these current shows, but yeah, I'm trying my best, and yeah. So yeah, we will get to the last 4 episodes, hopefully sooner rather than later, but we'll have to see. But that is basically it. With all that being said, I'm Alex from 7th Hour Films, and I will see you guys next time. Take care. Alright guys, thanks for watching this video. There's a bunch of links on screen if you want to go click around any of those. There's a playlist for all of my Bad Batch reactions, as well as another playlist for all of my Mandalorian reactions, if you want to go check those out. There's also a subscribe button and a Patreon button on screen, as well as other links in the description if you want to go check out any of those. See you guys later.